Hi, thanks for joining me today. This video is going to focus on some work for the sides of our body. We're going to be doing some lateral flexion, mainly to notice if you have differences in the sides of the body. A lot of times if we have an injury, say if you have had a problem with your knee or a hip or even an ankle or a shoulder, sometimes that shows up in one side of your body being tighter than the other. Or you can have some type of habitual pattern, maybe some job that you've done over the years. I'm a retired dental hygienist. I tend to collapse because that's what I did when I was working on my patients. So this video is going to give us an opportunity to stretch both sides of the body. Notice which side might be tighter, which side might be weaker. And then at the end, we'll have a little sequence where we can help to both strengthen and stretch the sides of the body depending on what you need for which side. So if you have something to sit up on, go ahead and grab that. We're going to start seated. If you have some yoga blocks, you may not need them, but if you have something like that or a small stool, you can have that to assist you if you need. So we'll start in a cross-legged seated position. So first of all, just find that balance on both sit bones and see if you can find length in both sides of your body. Sometimes again, when we sit, we have a tendency to collapse a little bit. So really think of lifting the ribs away from the hips slightly, but then think of drawing the lowest ribs back towards the hips so we engage core muscles. So we don't want to jut the ribs out. We want to think of the lengthening the sides and then finding those core muscles. Let the hands rest on the thighs, widen across the collarbones. And just for a few moments, close your eyes and just let your focus turn inward. Just thinking of how your body feels today, or checking in with how your body feels today. Making sure that as you move through this practice that you do what feels appropriate for your body, both physically and energetically. Noticing any thoughts or emotions, and see if you can just let go of the past and the future and just let your focus be in the present moment. And then just begin to notice your breathing, just gently breathing in and out of the nose. And then begin to take a deeper breath in, a longer breath out. And as you breathe, think of expanding through all four sides of the torso, the front, the sides, the back as you inhale. And feeling that gentle contraction of the muscles as you exhale. And then very gently let the eyes open. We're going to start with a little warm up for the torso. So with your hands right out to the kneecaps, just let your fingertips kind of drape down and begin to circle the ribs. And as you circle the ribs, take this nice and slow, just kind of explore the movement and link that movement with your breath. So think of exhaling as you round back, drawing the belly in. Inhaling as you send your heart forward. And as you do this, notice where you feel sensations in the body, the lower back, through the ribs, through the shoulders. Again, just notice what you notice. And then take that circle and go the opposite direction. So circling the other direction. And as you do that, it might change the sensation you're feeling. It might change your breath pattern. Again, just notice. But continue that breath, exhaling and inhaling. And then come back to center, find that balance right up on the sit bones, and then just switch the cross of the legs. So opposite leg in front. We have a habitual way that we sit. So this may make how the sides of your body feel just by switching with that opposite leg in front. So fingertips now by your side. Inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Reach up through the fingertips. exhale, float the arms back down. Good, a couple times, just sun breath. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, release the hands down. So this time, inhale, float the arms all the way up. Keep the right arm extended up. Let the left arm release down and then reach up and over to your left, taking that side stretch, lateral flexion in the sides of the body here. So we're getting flexion on this side, extension on this side, lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale and exhale. And then come all the way back up, float the left arm up to meet the right, then release the right hand down and reach up and over to the right with that left arm. Grounding down through that left sit bone. Either side, if you feel like your sit bone is lifting up, like if that left sit bone is lifting up here, press into the right hand a little bit to shift your weight back over so you keep even weight in both sit bones. Breathe and expand through the ribs, and then inhale, come all the way up, float that right arm up. Exhale, release both hands down. Do a little roll of the shoulders. So we're going to come to all fours to table pose. So just whatever you were seated on, just move that out of the way. And as you come to all fours, if you have your blocks, you can put them at the front of your mat if you decide to use them later. So from all fours, we're going to start with, again, a little bit of lateral flexion. Starting in table pose, bring your big toes together, bring the knees towards the outside edges of the mat. Hands towards the outside edges. Send your hips back towards your heels. Settle back into a wide knee child pose. If your forehead doesn't come comfortably down, you can make fists with your hands, stacking them up, let the forehead rest on the hands. You can just fold them and stack one on top of the other, or you can use one of those blocks if you have a block accessible, or even a couple books. But make sure you feel the neck and the head feel supported. Inhale and exhale. Now press into the palms, lift the torso slightly. We're going to take this lateral flexion. So walk the hands off the right side of your mat, press into the palms, lift the sternum, lift the chest a little bit, and then let the forehead release down. Again, you can use that right hand if you need that little support, making a fist with the right hand. Keep that left arm extended because we're getting that nice stretch through the left side of the body. So really breathe and expand through the ribs. And notice where you're feeling the sensation here. And then as we go to the second side in a few breaths, then you'll notice if there's a different side to side. Just inhale and exhale. Now press into the palms and lift the torso back up. Walk yourself back to center. Let the forehead release down. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale, then press into the palms, lift the torso, and now walk your hands off the left side of the mat. Releasing that forehead down. Feel that nice stretch. And again, notice if this side feels different. One side might feel tighter than the other. They might feel totally the same, and that's fine. But just notice. Really breathe and open into the right side of the body. Inhaling and exhaling. And then pressing into the hands, lift the torso back up. Walk yourself back up to center. Take a breath here. Inhale and exhale. Then pressing into the hands, come up to your table pose once again. Exhale, round your spine up towards the ceiling or sky. Feel that stretch through the back of the body. Inhale, let the pelvis tip forward, lifting the heart and the sternum, gaze forward and up. One more time each direction. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, let the pelvis tip forward, lengthen and stretch through the front side of the body. Now exhale, come back to neutral. And then we're going to do that a little bit. That was flexion extension, our cat and cow. Now we're going to do a little lateral, same idea. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, turn and look over your right shoulder. Look for that right foot back there. And then inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, turn and look over your left shoulder, feeling that contraction through the left side of the body, extension through the right side, and come back to center. So do that a few more times each direction. Just inhaling and exhale. Notice any sensations that you feel in the sides of the body. And then coming back to center, bring your hands in front of your shoulders, press into the fingertips, base of the knuckles, curl the toes under, lift the knees, send your sit bones up and back, come to a bent knee downward facing dog. So this shape really allows us to feel the length on the sides of the body. So think of the length from the hinge of the hip, all the way down the side of the body to the pinky finger on both sides. See if you can feel that even on both sides. Inhale and exhale, and then gently place a little bit more weight into the right heel. Let the left knee bend a little bit more. So feel that stretch down the back of the leg. And again, even think of that stretch all the way up the side of the body. And now bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, same thing. Feel that stretch from the heel all the way up the back of the leg, and then all the way down from the hinge of the hip to the little pinky finger. Bend your left knee once again. This time come way up onto the toes, straighten both legs, and then let the heels release down towards the mat. Not important that they touch the mat, but just feel that nice length. And then little weight into your left heel. Inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. It does not matter how high, but think of that stretch through the right side of the body. Inhale and exhale. Good. Another breath. Inhale and exhale. Now release the right leg down, pressing down through the right heel. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Feel that stretch through the left side of the body. And again, notice if one side feels different. Inhale and exhale. Release that left leg down. Bend your knees, walk your feet towards your hands. Take tiny little steps, walk all the way up to a standing forward bend, feet hip distance apart. Take hold of opposite elbows, let the crown of the head dangle down. Big breath in and out. You can do a little swing side to side, which gives you another little opportunity to check in with the sides of the body here. And then coming back to center, bring the hands to the hinge of the hip, press into the feet, lengthen through the crown of the head. Come all the way up to stand. Once you come up to stand in your mountain pose, again, feet hip distance apart, let the arms release down by your side. Find that nice length, again, both sides of the body. Lengthen up through the crown of the head, all the way down through the soles of the feet. And then inhale, float the arms all the way up. Take hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Reach up and over to your right. So left. Crescent stretch, crescent moon stretch here. Press into both feet. Feel that nice opening and stretch through the side of the body. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Reach again up through the fingertips, lengthen both sides. And then take hold of the left wrist with the right hand and reach up and over to your right. Again, it's nice opening and stretch. Again, notice the difference if you have one side to side. This is also really beneficial for breathing. When we open up through the sides of the body, through the ribs, it really helps with our breath. And then come all the way back up. Again, reach up through both fingertips, all fingertips, palms together. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down the midline of the body. Bend the knees, fold all the way down. Let the crown of the head release down. And now inhale, come halfway up. Let the legs straighten. Don't lock the knees, little tiny bend in the knees. Hands to either the shins or the thighs. Draw the shoulders back. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Again, think of that length in both sides of the body. Bend the knees, fold all the way down. Step the right leg all the way back. The left leg all the way back. Come to a plank pose. Again, another way to really check in both sides of the body. See if they feel even. Lengthen through the crown of the head. You can always bring your knees down for a half plank here. Inhale and exhale. Now draw lower belly in and up, sit bones up and back. Come to your downward facing dog. So your option, you can bend the knees again, you can pedal through the feet or legs straight, whatever feels good, but feel that nice length and stretch in both sides of the body. Inhale and exhale. Now release the knees down to the mat and curl the toes back to child pose just for a breath. Let the forehead release down. Take a big inhale and exhale. And then press up to table pose. We're going to do a little variation here, a little side plank variation that's very beneficial for finding and lengthening the tight side of your body and strengthening the weak side of your body. So from table pose, we're going to start with our right side as, or start with our right hand, right wrist as our focus point. So line your right knee up behind your right wrist. You're going to straighten your left leg, turn the toes to the side, and then pivot on this right knee and bring that foot behind you. So it's a little kickstand. So we have a straight line from the right heel of the hand to the right knee to the left arch of the foot. Now bring your left hand to the inside of your right wrist, and then draw it all the way up across the collarbones, reach it up towards the sky or the ceiling, depending on where you are. So nice length and stretch. Now to bring a little bit more length into the side of the body, you can reach that arm all the way up and overhead. So we're getting this nice length and stretch from that left ankle all the way up to the left fingertips. Inhale and exhale. So if this is the side of the body that you're tight on, that you collapse towards, this is a great stretch for you because it's really stretching all of that out. If this happens to be the weak side of your body that needs to be a little strengthened, then bring your arm up towards the sky, or towards the ceiling. Lift that left leg up, press out through the hand, through that heel and the ball of that foot. So left arm is reaching up, left foot is reaching back, and then exhale, release everything down, bring that arm and that foot back down, reach that arm overhead, and then inhale again, lift it up, and exhale, and lower down, good, inhale, and exhale, good, once more, inhale, and exhale. Now release the left hand back down, come onto both knees, come back to your table pose. So before we do the second side, neutral position, option are fold back to child pose, or hands in front, sit bones up and back to downward facing dog. So whatever feels better for your body. Take a few breaths there. Just inhale and exhale. Good, another breath, inhale and exhale. Pressing into the hands. If you're in child pose, come up to table pose. If you're in your downward facing dog, come back to that table pose. I'm going to switch sides just so I don't turn my back to you all. So again, now we'll start on the left side. So left heel of the hand, line the left knee up behind it, straighten your right leg, turn it to the side, and then pivot your left foot behind you. And then check in with that alignment. Left wrist under the shoulder, lined up with the left knee and the arch of the right foot. Right hand's going to come up that inside of that left arm across the collarbones and reach all the way up towards the ceiling or the sky. Inhale and exhale. Good, another breath here. And then again, you can turn the palm to face towards the end of the mat. Reach that arm up alongside the ear, so that brings a lot more length and stretch into the side of the body. Really breathe and open through the ribs and that space between the lowest rib and the hip. Inhale and exhale. Now reach that arm up towards the ceiling and then lift that right leg up. So again, this is strengthening for that side of the body if this is your weak side. Inhale and exhale, and then lower the leg down, reach the arm back up overhead, and then inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, lower the leg down, reach the arm overhead. Inhale, lift the leg, lift the arm. Good, one more time. Exhale and inhale. And then this time, release the leg down, release the hand all the way back down to the mat, come back to all fours. And same thing, your option, child pose or downward facing dog for a neutral position for your spine. So you can send your sit bones up and back if you'd like. You can fold down into that child pose. Just take a few breaths. Just inhale and exhale. And then pressing into the hands, come up to table pose or down to your table pose. If you're in downward facing dog, go ahead, swing the feet off to the side and come with the feet in front. Feet hip distance apart, hands behind the thighs. Make sure there's nothing behind you in your way on your mat. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down onto your back. And once you come down onto your back, just let the knees bend, arms down by your side. Just inhale and exhale. Just feel the connection that your body's making with the earth. And then gently draw your right knee in towards your chest. Flex the foot. Slide the left leg all the way out. Think of length, feel that length in the left side of the body here. Inhale and exhale. And then bend the left knee. Once again, release the right foot back down to the mat. Now bring the left knee in towards the chest. Slide the right leg all the way out. Both feet are flexed. So think of really extending down through that right heel. Feel that nice stretch in the right side of the body. Inhale and exhale. And then once again, bend the right knee, right foot to the mat, left foot to the mat. Now slide both legs all the way out. Just let the feet flop open, arms down by your side. We'll take just a couple breaths here to relax. Arms, palms facing up. Let your eyes gently close. Again, just feel the connection that your body's making with the earth, and just check in, see how the sides of your body feel now. Maybe you notice a difference. Maybe you don't, and that's fine. Maybe your breath feels a little easier. Another big breath in here. Long breath out. And gently wiggle the fingers and the toes, bend the knees, bring the feet to the mat. And then gently hug the knees in towards your chest. Roll over onto your side and just gently make your way up to a seated position. You can let the eyes remain closed for just a few more moments, finding that length again in the spine and the length in the sides of your body. And gently bring your hands into a prayer position at your heart. And when you're ready, let the eyes gently open. So thank you for joining me today for that sequence to explore what we feel in the sides of our body. And this can be something that we definitely feel when we are in the saddle, because our horses usually have one side of their body that's stronger than the other. They have a hollow side and a stiff side. And when we may feel fine, and not notice that when we go through our daily routine, but in the saddle, that can really be emphasized because of the horses also, like I said, stiff side or hollow side. So check that out, see how that feels for you. Hopefully this little sequence will help you with that. And I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, check out Grey Horse Yoga in the description box below. I have some online classes. So I hope to see you sometime soon, and have a great day. Bye-bye.